Okay, looks like this might work. I am doing this through, um, through Zoom to see if I can get a little better quality of video for you. We'll see how it goes. It says it's live. If you can see me, put some comments in there and let's get started. Today, we're talking about karma, Dharma, one of my favorite topics. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm dedicating the rest of 2021 to sharing shamanic wisdom. I went my first vision quest in 2003. So it always happens. I just get so excited I can barely talk. So as I said, today's topic is karma, dharma. Now, this is my understanding of these two states of being, and they are states of being. When we're born, we arrive here in karma. So we have a set, you get a book of life. You're in karma, you get a book of life, and the book has lessons in it that you have to learn while you're here. So there you are, you've got all your lessons. And if you think about it for a moment, you have plenty of lessons that you've already learned, right? And some of them you learned again and again. That's being in karma. And there are some very obvious teachings and some very mysterious and difficult to learn lessons. And we can tell that we're in one of those mysterious, difficult lessons when we're screaming, why does this keep happening to me? That's a karmic lesson. You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving from these lessons. That's your soul's journey to become one with Great Spirit or the universal energy again. And that's where we came from. Universal energy, Great Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, that energy that unites all of us because we are not here alone. So you get a set of lessons for each lifetime. And if you didn't learn the lessons last time around, you keep getting them presented to you again. And what I've noticed is that when the lessons are presented to you, it's gentle at first. It's like, just a small pebble to get your attention. And when that doesn't work, the rocks get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the big rock could be an accident. And that's a way to get your attention to live your life in a better, bigger way that's more aligned with your true essence. So think about it. What are the karmic lessons you need to learn this time around? And what will you need to experience to fulfill your purpose in this lifetime? Because we all come here with a purpose. We have a sacred contract when we're incarnated, and we need to fulfill that sacred contract. And for me, providing these shamanic teachings, that's part of my sacred contract, to do my corporate training, to help people when they're struggling with their conversations and their networking, whatever it is. That's part of the sacred contract that I agreed to before I was incarnated coming back here. So while you're getting the lessons, you're also getting the tools to be able to fulfill your purpose. So what will best provide you with the circumstances to experience the transformation of karma? That's the experiential lessons to be learned in order to remember your true essence. Into Dharma. And Dharma are the opportunities to experience who you really are and to stretch and evolve that magnetic, attracting thought space of your soul. See, your journey is about waking up and remembering your true nature, spirit, personality. But what a paradox. We're always in the process of becoming what we already are. I know it's a bit weird, isn't it? We're already there, That's our source. We've forgotten it. We learn lessons. And we're shaped by our parents, people around us. Call those our image makers. Those are the ones that said, Linda, oh, be a good girl, be nice, be polite, be quiet. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Don't express yourself. Be exactly as we want you to be, not as you really are. Just shush, you're a bit much, you're too much. Don't do that. And often when the true essence dares to step out in its own unique way, more often than not, parents will put a lid on it. And they allow only what they're comfortable with, or they reprimand you. And that's okay, because you got to remember, everybody around you is also going through their own karmic lessons. So your parents are doing the best that they can. From the time we're children, we give our power away because we want to be liked and loved. And we get very proficient at reading the approval or disapproval energy that's going on. And at the time that I was learning, this is really funny, when I was learning this very lesson, I really, really wanted the teachers who were teaching this from the front of the room to like me. I wanted them to favor me. I wanted them to approve of me. And this chronic concern about what other people think is an important factor in keeping stuck in the personality and the events that focus. That's the focus of our karmic ego. Yes, I teach a program called Powerful, Juicy First Impressions, but I don't want you to come off as fake. I want you to come out as really showing your true, beautiful essence, because I know it's in there, because we're continually chasing our tail again and again in our karmic cycles of reincarnation. In my book, I speak about masks that we wear. Oh, I should mark the page. Usually stands out pretty good. There's pictures of a couple of masks in here that a friend who was also on the shamanic path with me lent me. This is Creating Emotional Maturity, Chapter 7, Part 2. I don't know if you can see those. So there are two parts of a mask, aren't there? There's the mask, and we wear masks to protect ourselves. And we have to. You have to have a certain amount of protection around you. But there are two sides to the mask. And there's that we project out to the world, and the inside of the mask, how we see ourselves. I'm going to talk more about masks, and I'll even show you the mask that I made back in probably 2005. It would be interesting to see what my mask would look like now if I made another one. So everything I learned was to guide me on my journey and help me learn the karmic lessons, to close my karmic book, because I got to the end and learned the lessons, and to step into Dharma. And I remember the energetic feeling when it was more like, not like I stepped into Dharma, but more like Dharma stepped into me. So in karma, your book of life is filled with the lessons you learn. Once you step into Dharma, or Dharma steps into you, you used to have to reincarnate. And that changed within the last 30 years. It's now possible to step out of karma and into Dharma. And in Dharma, you know your book? All the pages are blank pages in your book of life. Now you're in full control of your day, your life, and your legacy. You decide how you want your life to go. You decide what you're going to do. Your lessons are learned. You're moving past and beyond that. Now, you will see people behave in a certain way, and I fall into it. I'm in Dharma, yes, and we can still fall into our old karmic patterns, being triggered by certain circumstances. And that's when you need to pull out all of your tools you have to release the karmic patterns. So you want to focus on your chakras. You want to meditate. You want to sit, get still. Talk to yourself if you need to. Call in your animal totems to give you that strength. and understand. And as I mentioned yesterday, when I talked about the animal totems, that's when I'm shedding my skin. I may go into a karmic pattern of resistance. Ask really good questions. And good questions like, how much more energy am I going to pour into this? Is this really what I want to spend my time on? How important is this to me? Does it matter? Maybe it doesn't matter at all. And you're spinning energy into it. You don't want to be in that karmic pattern. Apply all of this also if you're still learning your karmic lessons, because it's possible for you to step out of karma into dharma in this lifetime. You can also ask, Sarah Sparks' famous question, are you done suffering? Are you ready to truly live your life? I'll close with this. A true path of heart is never an easy path because it will force you to master the patterns of karma and step beyond it into dharma. And once you do, that heart chakra, it opens up. And it's just a place of love and of beauty and of softness. I meet people, they tell me how much I've changed because I'm much softer. Doesn't mean I'm not tough, but I am much softer than I was. And my friend Elaine reminded me of that not long ago. I will be posting next week's agenda of the Facebook Lives that I'm going to be doing. If you have any special requests, do let me know. Apparently, I'm also more present, Elaine tells me. Do let me know. We're going to be talking about dressing for blessing. We're going to be talking about stones. That's why I'm wearing the turquoise and the ruby. I have a little bundle in here of 102 diamonds. Ooh, isn't that significant? And my crescent moon, we're going to be talking about all of those things. Dressing for blessing. I have a whole list and I keep adding on to them. So we're going to see what the divine guides me to present to you next week. I hope you enjoyed it. Your call to action is to not relearn the same lessons. Step out of your karmic patterns and be done suffering. Be done expending your energy there. So thank you so much for being with me. I will see you Monday, 11 a.m. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Hundreds of people from all over the world sent me birthday wishes. And that just fills my heart with joy to see that I might be making a difference in people's lives. Thank you so much for being with me today. And I will see you on Monday.